warm-up. And now we start.
Athletes to the line.
On position H, with a qualification score of 625.2 points from Germany. Big applause to the coach Rudolf Krenn and Natascha Hiltrop. Position G, with a qualification score of 620.4 points, representing France, with the coach Franck Badiou, Cédric Fevre. Position F, with a qualification score of 621.7 points, representing Great Britain. The coach is Craig Dower. Here is Matt Skelhon. On position E, the qualification score of 618.9 points, representing the People's Republic of China, with his coach Wang Xie. Here is Chong Yising. Position D, with a qualification score of 624.6 points, representing Spain. His coach is Manuel Sanz Diego. Here's Juan Antonio Saavedra Reinaldo. Position C, with a qualification score of 619.3 points, representing France, and the coach is also Franck Badiou. Here is Jean-Louis Michaud. Position B, the qualification score is 621.4 points, representing Denmark, with his coach Jonas Jakobsson. Here's Kasper J. Lusdal. And on position A, 624.1 points, a qualification score of the Israeli athlete, the coach Guy Starik Julia Chernoy. And the officials for this final, the jury member in charge, Luis Delgado, Colombia. His assistant jury, Rafael Paredes, Peru. And now, the most important voice on this range, our Chief Range Officer, Christian Bailly, France. So let's get ready with your audience. Send them to the line with your applause. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, applause.
Take your positions.
So 3 minutes time.
Welcome back to the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023. We are live from the Las Palmas shooting range. It's the R6 50-meter rifle prone SH1 event, day 7 of finals, which is the final day of finals. 24 shots to decide the gold medal, the world champion in this event. This is the first of 2 finals on this final day. After the R6 final, we will have the R9 final, but we'll talk about that later. For now, let's focus on the R6. My name's Jamie. You're very welcome here. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. Here in Lima, we're definitely doing very well. It's been an action-packed World Championship. The penultimate final here. 8 athletes ready to do battle. As I mentioned, there are medals, world champion status. The quota places for the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024, from this event have already been decided out of the final in qualifying. So I can tell you that Cliff Juncker of Germany and John Josh III of the United States of America have secured quota places for their countries, for their NPCs. So that's Cliff Juncker of Germany and John Josh III of the United States of America. So it's all about the medals now, all about crowning a new world champion. If you're new to this event, or maybe new to WSPS events, because we are broadcasting beyond the WSPS social media platforms here today, including the ISSF Facebook page. So maybe you're used to rifle events from ISSF competitions. Well, this should be very similar to you. Very familiar format. The SH1 in the title tells us that the athletes competing generally have an impairment in their non-upper limbs. They do have the upper body strength to hold their rifle, and for this particular event, simulate the prone position that you would be familiar with. 2 series of 5 shots. After those 2 series, we move on to the single shot phase of the competition. And after every 2 single shots, an athlete will leave the final. So 8th place will be decided after shot 12.
5 minutes, preparation.
And that will keep on going
time. Start.
Until the gold medal, the world champion, has been crowned after shot 24. It's point scoring. So from each single shot, the highest possible score you can get is a 10.9. There's Natasha Hildrop of Germany, experienced shooter, bronze from the last World Championship in this event, and she has been a regular fixture at this World Championship. Took R8 bronze a few days ago, appeared in the R2 final, R10 bronze as well, and she qualified today in top spot for this final. That's her coach there, Rudy Kren. So let's talk about the other athletes competing in this final. On firing point G now, you can see Cedric Veffer of France has World Cup gold in the R6 event from Changwon 2022. Also placed 4th at the Tokyo Paralympic Games in this event. Ready to do battle to add more medals to his resume. And on firing point F, representing Great Britain, we have the world number 4, Matt Skelhon. Has World Cup silver from Osijek 2023 this year in the R6 event. And in this event, he placed 5th at the last World Championship in Alain, that was last year. In 2019, in Sydney, he left as the world champion, taking gold in the R6 event. So there's Matt Skelhon there, Great Britain, on your screen. Now, a very familiar face from this World Championship on firing point E. From the People's Republic of China, we have Zhang Yixin. Appeared in the R8 final. Also picked up R2 gold, and she secured a quota place from that event as well for the People's Republic of China. And this is her first R6 final at a WSPS event. So I think it was also her first R2 final, and she showed no signs of nerves there, coming away with the gold medal. So let's see what she can do here in the R6. Now we can see on firing point D, the world number 1, Juan Antonio Saavedra Reynaldo of Spain. In this event, took Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games bronze back in, well, I say 2020, it was actually 2021, of course. Also this year, World Cup gold from Osijek 2023. Now, we've seen this man before. We have seen him before as well, Frank Boudou, the coach from France. But on firing point C is Jean-Louis Michaud from France. Appeared in the R7 final. That's Kasper Lusdal of Denmark. We'll talk about him in a moment. He's on firing point B. But on firing point C, it is Michaud of France. He finished 4th at the Alain World Championships in the R6 event. Took silver at the World Cup in Changwon 2022. and as I mentioned, appeared in the R7 final here in this World Championship. So we just saw him on the screen. Kasper Jord Lusdal from Denmark is the world number 5. R6 World Championship silver from Alain last year. In the same year, placed 5th at the Munich World Cup. He's here again, this time in Lima, to try and add another World Championship medal in this event to his name, to his resume. And last but not least, of course, on firing point A, we also have Yulia Chernoy of Israel.
30 seconds.
Appeared in the R3 final back in Sydney in 2019 at the World Championship. Clinched R6 bronze. So we have got the best shooters in the world out there. Lots of experience, lots of medals, a world number 1. Promises to be a great final. Seconds away from getting started. The sighting shots, the final preparations have now come to a close. The voice you might hear in the background is our Chief Range Officer in the finals halls here. Christian Bailly of France. Veronika Vadovichkova holds the world record for this event, 251.9.
For the first competition series, load.
And we are moments away from Mr. Bailey telling us to start, or telling the athletes to start, and that he has done. So we're up and running in the first series of 5 shots. A 10 from Reynaldo. 10.7 from Hiltrop, meanwhile. And a nice 10.5 from Lusdal of Denmark. Skellen with a 10.6. Same score for Weber of France as well. And Hiltrop, second shot, 10.8. Total of 21.5. Going very well so far in this final, the German. Michaud's first shot was a 10.5. Reynaldo's second shot, a 10.3. Hiltrop's now had 3 shots, and after that 10.8, she's followed it with a 10.7, now on a total of 32.2. That's after 3 shots. Well, all change again because she just fired a 10.7, her 4th shot. 10.8 for Lusdal. Nice 10.7 just come through from Matt Skelhan as well. Yulia Chernoy's last shot, her 3rd shot, was a 10.6. So we're seeing some nice scores out there. Hiltrop has completed her first series, a total of 53.2. Shot 5 was a 10.3. Michaud has 2 shots to go. As more athletes complete their series, Skellen, Jean, Lusdal now finishing on 52.6. Weber has finished as well, 51.6, so 1 point behind the Dane. Chernoy as well has just completed the first series of 5 shots. 51.5 for her. Just waiting on Michaud now of France. Final shot, it's just come in, it's a nice 10.5, 51.3 for a total for the Frenchman. So that was our first series of 5 shots in this mixed 50-meter rifle prone SH1 event. Natasha Hiltrop is leading the way with that total of 53.2. It's 0.5 more than Matt Skelton in 2nd place. Zhang is in 8th, 2.3 behind her closest rival, which is Reynaldo of Spain, who's 1.1 behind Michaud in 6th. Then really small differences between 6th and 5th. Chernoy in 5th. But it is Natasha Hiltrop, the athlete to catch in the early stages of this final. Another series of 5 shots now has just got underway. The time is ticking. We've had our first score. It was a 10.7 from Reynaldo, 10.4 from the leader, Hiltrop. 7 out of 8 first shots were all in the 10s. It was a 9.9 from Lusdal of Denmark. 9.7 now from Zhang, who really needs to be getting some higher scores than that to move up the table. Currently in the danger zone of 8th place. 10.9 from Lusdal. That's how you follow a disappointing opening shot. That's as good as it gets. Matt Skelhun's third shot was a 10.6. He's now on a total of 83.8. That is more than Hiltrop, who's also fired 3 shots, but still 2 more shots to go for those 2 athletes in this series. 10.5 for Chernoy of Israel. The shots are coming in thick and fast now. We just had a 10.2 from Hiltrop, a 10.3 from Skelhun, so they're having a bit of a battle. They were the top 2 after the first series. Skelhun has finished on 104.4 grand total after 10 shots, 2 series. Zhang signing out with a 10.2. We had another 10.8 from another high score from Lusdal anyway, after that 10.9, a 10.8. Mishaw with 1 more shot to go. The last shot was a 10.6. Chernoy 10.8, followed by a 10.3 to complete her series. And Reynaldo has finished on 99.9 after 10 shots. Lovely 10.8 from Weber of France on a total of 101.5. All right then, let's take a look at the table now after 2 series of 5 shots. There has been a little bit of change out there after 10 shots. Skelhun is the leader now, 0.2 ahead of Lusdal. Hiltrop drops down into 3rd place, but just 0.2 behind Lusdal. Zhang has reduced the difference between 8th and 7th. It's now 1.4, but Zhang's still in the danger zone. We move on to the single shots now. After every 2 single shots, an elimination will take place. So 8th place will be eliminated first after shot 12. Currently, Zhang is there. So she'll be looking to try and reduce that difference even more now. Of course, if we end up with a tie-break situation for the lowest ranked athlete to be eliminated, then those athletes in that tie-break would fire additional single shots. They call it a shoot-off. Here we go. These shots are fired in a time of 30 seconds. .10 from Hiltrop, 10.7 from Zhang. 10.2 from Skelhun, who will keep his lead.
Stop.
10.7 was the highest score, in fact. So that's done Zhang some favors on a total of 109.2. Closest rival in 7th place is Reynaldo of Spain, who's on 109.3. So she's brought the difference down to just 0.1 as we move on to shot 12, which could decide who takes 8th place. So at the moment, it looks like Zhang versus Reynaldo and just 0.1 between them. Skelhun's lead at the top is now 0.6. With Hiltrop in 3rd place, so it's 0.4 over Lusdal. Anyway, let's look at these scores. 10.6 from Reynaldo, and it's a 10.6 from Zhang. So that difference of 0.1 remains between the 2 athletes.
Stop.
And it will be Zhang taking 8th place after a slow start. She really found some rhythm in this final, but in the end, too little too late. Finishing on a score of 119.8. Zhang Yixin of the People's Republic of China taking 8th place. First R6 final at a WSPS event, not just a World Championship. Competed in the R8 final here. Took R2 gold and secured a quota place in that event for China. So she's had a great World Championship, and I think that smile confirms it. All right, then 7 athletes remaining, 2 shots away from the next elimination. Skelhun is still in the lead, but that lead is just 0.1 now. Loosdal still in second. Hiltrop still in third, but just 0.2 behind second. And it is Reynaldo Spain in the new danger zone of 7th place.
Start.
2 shots away from that being decided. So he'll be looking to bring the difference down between himself and 6th, which is Weber of France. 2.5 difference. 10.6 there from Hiltrop, 10.7 from Reynaldo. Same score for Skelhun and Loosdal, and a 10.6 for Weber. So the difference will go down slightly between the two, but still quite a big difference.
10.7 could reduce the gap by 0.1 points now to
Reynaldo is on 130.6. Closest rival is still Cedric Weber of France on 133. So it is a 2.4 difference. Like I said, went down ever so slightly, probably not quite as much as Reynaldo would have liked. Does have his work cut out now to stay in this competition. But of course, you never know. We've seen differences like this be overturned before.
Start.
Here we go now. This is for 7th place. .3 from Reynaldo. He'll need Weber to shoot a very low score. 10.2 from Chernoy. And Weber betters Reynaldo's score with a 10.7. So he is safe.
And here is the decision.
So we do have our next elimination. It has been confirmed. It was a big difference that needed to be overturned. Didn't quite manage it. The world #1 finishes in 7th place. Juan Antonio Saavedra Reynaldo, finishing on 140.9. So now we have 6 athletes remaining in this final. It was Matt Skelhun of Great Britain leading the way, the world #4. And he is still there, 0.5 now ahead of Loosdal, so that difference has gone up. Look at that though, in 6th place, Weber of France is there, but just 0.2 behind his closest rival, Chernoy of Israel, who's just 0.2 behind Michaud of France in 4th. Hiltrop, meanwhile, in 3rd place, and as I said, Loosdal remains in 2nd. 10.4 from Hiltrop, 10.8 from Chernoy. That could be very interesting indeed. Chernoy moves up to 4th place. Weber of France is in the danger zone of 6th. Michaud drops down into 5th. Weber is on 154.3. And look at Michaud on 154.6. So 0.3 between the two Frenchmen. Meanwhile, Chernoy is just 0.1 behind, or in front, sorry, of Michaud. So very close there. Yulia Chernoy will be looking over her shoulder.
For the next competition, shot.
It is still Skelhun leading the way. Hiltrop's now in 2nd place.
Start.
0.1 ahead of Loosdal. So this final is hotting up nicely. Chernoy with a 10.2. We're waiting on Weber and Michaud. Oh, a 9.5 from Weber. That could be very costly for the Frenchman. Michaud still to shoot, and it's a 10.3, which will secure his place in the competition and confirm the elimination of Cedric Weber of France. Placed 4th in this event at the Tokyo Paralympic Games. Took World Cup gold in this event at the Changwon competition in 22 and takes World Championship 6th place here at Lima 2023. So, another one bites the dust as we edge a little bit closer to those medal positions now. Another elimination coming up after the next 2 shots. And it is very tight out there. Let's take a look at the standings after 16 shots. Here we go, Skelhun with a increased lead, 1.3 over Hiltrop. But look at that, Chernoy and Michaud are both tied. But we do have 2 more shots until 5th place will be decided. Unless, of course, a shoot-off is required, which could be quite possible, looking at things as they stand. Here we go now. 164.9 is that tied score, but we've just had a 10.3 from Chernoy and a 9.9 from Michaud. So that will change things. That will put Michaud in the danger zone of 5th place. Chernoy moving into 4th place outright. She's on 175.2. Michaud on 174.8. So it's a 0.4 difference between the 2 athletes there. Meanwhile, Skelhen with a 10.7 extends his lead. Should mention that Lousdal is only 0.1 ahead of Chernoy, so could easily get dragged into a situation that involves elimination. He'll drop in second on 176.4. Things can change very quickly in this event. Here we go now for 5th place. 10.6 from Chernoy. Oh, a 9.6 from Lousdal and a 10.5 from Michaud, and that shows you how things can change so quickly. That 9.6 has been very costly for the man from Denmark. He takes 5th place, the world number 5. Kasper Jord Lousdal, 184.9. We said how 1 shot can change everything, and it certainly just did for Lousdal of Denmark. But it is 5th place at a World Championship. And we now have 4 athletes remaining, getting even closer to those all-important medal positions now. Let's take a look at the table. So we have Michaud of France, remained in the competition, still in the danger zone, which is now 4th place, but just 0.5 behind Chernoy, who's 0.7 behind Hiltrop. And it is Matt Skelhen of Great Britain leading the way still. 2 shots away from potentially at least deciding who takes 4th place. .5 from Chernoy, 10.3 from Hiltrop, and it's a 10.4 from Michaud of France. So he'll stay in the danger zone of 4th place, and the difference has increased by 0.1 now between himself and Chernoy. So Chernoy's on 196.3, Michaud on 195.7. So it's 0.3 separating them here. Michaud's done it before to stay in the competition, overturned the difference. He's got to do it again now. Julia Chernoy is in 3rd, Michaud in 4th. It's 0.5 between Chernoy and Hiltrop. Skelhen still leading the final. .2 from Chernoy. Michaud will need a big score here. 10.8 to force a shoot-off. 10.9 to stay in outright. Oh, and doesn't quite make it with a 10.6. So it does mean that Jean-Louis Michaud, competing in his 2nd final at this World Championship, takes 4th place in the R6 event. The same position at the Al-Ain World Championships in this event for the Frenchman. Right then, we've got 3 athletes remaining now. It's all about those medals and deciding who's going to be the new world champion in this event. Skelhen is currently in that position, 1.8 ahead of Hiltrop. Chernoy, meanwhile, in 3rd place. The new danger zone, 0.7 behind the German. We've already seen how quickly things can change in this event. So it'll be important for Skelhen not to get complacent. 10.2 from Chernoy. 10.3 from Skelhen.
Stop.
And the same score for Hiltrop. So that means the difference does not change between Hiltrop in second, Chernoy in third. Chernoy's on 2:16.7. Hiltrop on 2:17.4. So 0.7. The difference between the two athletes
The next competition, shot
who look like they're
low.
doing battle for third place anyway. Skelhen on 2:19.3.
Start.
This shot could confirm who takes the bronze medal at the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023. 10.4 from Chernoy. That'll do it.
Stop.
10.5 from Hiltrop. 227.9 Hiltrop's total. So it does mean the bronze medal goes to Yulia Chernoy of Israel. Total score of 227.1. Also took bronze at the World Championships in Sydney 2019. Seems to be in a bit of pain there. Hope she's okay. Hopefully adding another World Championship medal will help ease that pain.
Shot low.
But Yulia Chernoy of Israel does take the bronze here in the R6 event.
Start.
Right, Skelhen and Hiltrop, 1.7 separating them. 2 shots to decide the gold medal and who is the new world champion. 10 from Hiltrop, 9.9 from Skelhen, so the difference has gone down ever so slightly. It's now 1.6 separating Hiltrop and Skelhen. 2 hugely experienced athletes doing battle here. 1.6 separating them. It's firmly in Matt Skelhen's hands. But it's not over yet. One shot can change everything. And this one shot here could decide the gold medal here in the R6 event.
Start.
The World Championships Lima 2023. .8 from Skelhen and a 10.1 from Hiltrop, so that 9.8 was enough. 1.3 the difference in the end. Matt Skelhen of Great Britain is the new world champion in the R6 event with the gold medal from a score of 249.3 here at the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023. He led this final for a long, long time and never let that lead slip from his grasp. Natascha Hiltrop of Germany fought hard, fought valiantly, and takes the silver medal. Another medal for the German from this World Championship, and one better than her bronze from the World Championship in Alain last year. So our 3 medalists now. I'm happy to see that Yulia Chernoy looks happier now. She did look in a bit of pain as she made her way from the range. She is the bronze medalist from this event, the R6 mixed 50-meter rifle prone SH1 event here at the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023. We will meet our medalists again. They'll be gathered and placed in the right position for the cameras. Handshakes all round. So here is our bronze medalist. It's Yulia Chernoy of Israel. And the silver medal representing Germany, Natascha Hiltrop.
Representing Germany, Natascha Hiltrop.
And the gold medal and the new world champion, it's Matt Skelhen of Great Britain.
World champion, and the gold medal goes to Matt Skelhen
punches the air. Here's the new world champion in the R6 event. And if you're wondering about the quota places for the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024, from this event, they were both given out in qualifying, so out of final. Cliff Juncker of Germany, John Jost III of the United States of America, securing quota places for their NPCs. So that's it for our first final of the final day of finals. We'll have our final a little later on. It will be the R9 final at 2:45 p.m. local time here in Lima, Peru. We'll be starting our broadcast around about 10 minutes before then. So we hope to see you back for that R9 final. But for now, from the WSPS World Championship Lima 2023, that's it. Thank you for joining us.